Hey, what's up guys? Just doing a video. There's been something that's been pretty much weighing heavy on my heart and just been on my mind a lot lately. And it's something that you really need to do if you're looking to overcome your autoimmune disease or Crohn's disease, colitis, and that's stop identifying as a victim. And I know this is a hard topic for a lot of people because it seems like we live in this world where everybody's so sensitive, everybody gets offended, whether it's this cancel culture stuff we got going on, and you say something that somebody disagrees with, or especially some kind of truthful thing that makes them question their own truth, and they get butthurt so easily. And yeah, I'm not scared to bring this topic up because I think it's really important. So if you're a person that's going to get offended really easily, you just got to bounce and not watch the video. But what prompted this situation is I was looking at a Facebook group. So it was an IBD Facebook group because I'm constantly looking at different groups, looking at what people are going through, looking at their situations. And I noticed that this person posted a picture. So they posted a picture of themselves like super sad, crying. And at the bottom of the caption, it says that they're not looking for sympathy. So they posted a picture of themselves crying and distraught and completely looking sad. And then a few paragraphs talking about their situation and how bad it is. Again, not looking for sympathy. I've never in my entire life pondered the thought of posting a picture of myself sad and crying or lying on the floor after I had my first flare-up. I've never thought of doing that. Why would I want everybody to know that? You know, I don't think that like there's nothing strong about that, and especially in the sense it's cool to talk about it, but living in a world where we're just like seeking likes, like who wants to do that? I don't want to show my worst times to everybody else. Like that's some private business. I'll talk about it, but yeah, there's a level of, I think, intimacy that it just sort of, it goes a little bit too far. And we're living in this world where it's like victimhood is the cool thing these days. It's the in thing. People are addicted to sympathy. It's like, oh, poor me. Anything to get a like. The victim Olympics, you know, my life is worse. No, my life is worse. My disease is worse than yours. No, my disease is worse than yours. Oh, the conditions that I live under are so much worse than yours. And that's all that it is saying my life is worse than yours. Literally, like people are competing for a freaking victim trophy. Like you might get a like from somebody when you post content like that, when you post talking about how bad your life is. Let's be honest. Nobody cares. You think they really care? Most people are too busy in their own life dealing with their own problems. They don't have enough time to care about you. So what, they give you a like or some kind words. But I don't think it helps you. I don't think that serves you. Because when it comes down to it, we all have problems. I can sit here and I can go off about my life. I can be like, yeah, I grew up in a single parent family. I didn't have a dad that was around. We were super poor. We lived in a ghetto. My mom made minimum wage for a good chunk of my life. You know, I bounced around from school to school to school, going to a bunch of schools, then to get diagnosed with multiple autoimmune conditions. But really, I don't think that serves me to tell you guys that. And you know what? Thankful for me, my life turned out pretty good, turned out pretty awesome. And you know what? At the darkest part of me being sick, I had nobody. And I mean like virtually nobody to help me out. I was by myself with a house, with a business. So I had mortgage payment, I had bills to pay, and I had nobody. But the funny thing is that I'm so grateful for that. Because I had nobody, it forced me to take care of my business. There was nobody to step in. There was nobody to pay my bills. There was nobody to cook me food and make sure things were taken care of. So as much as I want to look at how bad I can feel for that situation of being by myself, it was the best thing. It served me because my excuses didn't help. My hurt feelings, all the stuff that I was going through, I had the choice to sit there and wallow and lose my house and lose my business and go on some kind of social assistance, or I had a choice of getting better and doing what it takes, whatever it takes to get better, because that was the only option. And I think the reason that I'm doing this video is because I genuinely want you to get better. And I think sometimes we need love. It's like that strict parent that you don't appreciate until you're older. and you realize that discipline is love. It just takes you 20 years to realize it. I think our society's become very weak in a lot of ways, where we're really scared of hard work and sacrifice. And obviously that doesn't apply to everyone. Like I know that there's plenty of people they're grinders and that work hard, that are willing to do anything. I'm just saying as a general statement. And I think that if you really want to overcome your autoimmune disease, there's some things that you need to do that you have to focus on, especially your attention, if you want to get better. And some of those things are like, don't join support groups that focus on the problem more than the solution. You know, where they whine about their problems and how much pain they're in. I get it that you want to feel like you're talking to somebody that knows what you're going through, but it's not going to serve you. And sympathy makes you feel good, but it doesn't change your situation at all. It does nothing. Don't post memes that showcase your sickness. I see that all the time. People like constantly posting these memes. It doesn't help you. Don't wear shirts that spread awareness or support the cause, that make jokes. Again, just my opinion, but they don't serve you. Don't spend your time with your friends and your family talking about how crappy you feel or how sick you are. You know, I think that you'll get more value talking with them about their lives rather than constantly focusing on your problem. You know, these behaviors don't serve you. If you want to overcome your autoimmune disease, join groups of people who are thriving with Crohn's disease and colitis or any autoimmune disease. Seek out people that are living the life that you're striving for. Success leaves clues. Copy these people. You know, start seeing yourself as somebody that's going to beat this shitty disease, not somebody that's going to suffer forever. Because when it comes down to it, some people are destined to be lifelong victims. They surround themselves with victims, you know, and it's very unfortunate, but it's the truth. You know, all they do is just get surrounded, and you can be around people in your life that might be around that on other topics, just constant gossip, constant whatever. They just get stuck in a rut, but that's not a rut that you want to be, it's not a rut that you want to be stuck in. But I really doubt that's you, because you wouldn't be here watching this video if that was you. So I highly doubt it's you, but I just need to make this statement just to know where I'm coming from. And I think you need to focus your efforts on solutions. Surround yourself with people that are going to make you better. And this applies to all areas of life, whether it's fitness, financial, or health. Hey, you're not going to hang out with a bunch of fat people if you're trying to lose weight. You're not going to hang out with a bunch of poor people if you're trying to become successful and become rich. You're not going to hang out with a bunch of unhealthy people if you're trying to get healthy. It just doesn't really make sense. And like I said earlier, I'm doing this because I genuinely want you to succeed. You know, and sometimes we need a kick in the ass to put us on the right track. You know, I've spoken with people that ask for my input because they want to get better. And as soon as they start talking to me, they start off by telling me what they can't do. In my mind, you know what happens? Game over. You're not going to get better. Can you imagine? This is the equivalent to some kind of world-class athlete or some athlete seeking out the expertise of a top-notch coach. And then as soon as they meet with the coach, telling the coach what they can't do. That coach is going to be like, see you later. You're not worth my time. You're setting these limitations already. Because let's be honest, achieving remission, it takes work. But it's a heck of a lot easier than suffering for your entire life with an autoimmune condition. Because that's a long life. That's not something that you want to deal with for your whole life. So in closing, I want to reiterate, don't let yourself become a victim. Like, just don't do it. Because you can do this. And you notice how I said, let yourself? Because with autoimmune disease, it is a choice. You're not stuck suffering. So many people have overcome their autoimmune diseases. I've met people on either end of the spectrum. I've met people that were ready to get an operation to have their colon removed. And then they made the choice to say, hey, you know what? I'm going to postpone that. I'm going to try this diet, or I'm going to try these supplements. I'm going to try this new regimen. And you know what? 20 years later, they're still in remission. You know, so don't let these things be limitations, because you really have so many opportunities to overcome your disease. You're not stuck with anything. Again, not a victim. And thank you so much, guys, for listening. My rant for the day is over. I'm going to go enjoy the weekend. Hopefully you guys do the same. And like I said, I'm just communicating this message because I genuinely care. And if it's a little bit too real for some people, hey, it's cool if we don't jive and you don't like the way that I'm talking and you need a channel that supports you better. That's cool. But I just need to be honest because this is real information if you're looking to get better. Thanks for watching, guys.
Are you tired of feeling crappy? Get my free healing guide. Tips, tweaks, and hacks. Click the description for more information.